Number 4 says, believe it's possible. Believe it's possible. Oprah Winfrey said, you don't get what you want, you get what you believe. Beliefs are it. And I'll tell you my favorite belief story. I met this guy. He just died a couple years ago. He's 81. But when he was 61, he shows up in Sydney, Australia for a race that's 850 kilometers, a little over 600 miles. And everybody there is like 20, 30. It's an extreme race. It's a 6.5-day race. And they're all dressed in their Nike, Puma, Asics, Reebok running gear. They're all looking pretty young and fit. And here's a 61-year-old guy wearing Oshkosh overalls, a T-shirt, a baseball cap, construction boots, and galoshes because he thought it might rain. And they're all going, old man, what are you doing here? I'm running a race. You ever run a race before? Nope. You're starting with a 6.5-day race? Yep. Why? It was free on my schedule and I always wanted to run a race. What makes you think you can do this? Do you ever run a marathon? No. Do you ever have any training? No. Do you ever work with a coach? No. Well, I'm a farmer, and I have to chase my animals around because I don't have a tractor or a horse. And I herd them. Sometimes there's storms coming in, and I got to run over here and get the cows. And I might be out there for 24 hours. I think I can run. So the race starts, and they all take off, and they're really fast. And here's Cliff, like this. They later dubbed it the Cliff Young Shuffle. See, but Cliff had an advantage that nobody knew. Cliff had never had a coach, never talked to an elite runner, never understood anything about long-distance running, had never read a book on it, had never read Runner's World. And so he didn't know you're supposed to run for 18 hours and sleep for 6. So that night, when everyone was so far ahead of him, they went to bed, he was so far behind him, he didn't know it. That night, he just ran right by him. And Cliff ran nonstop for 5.5 days, never sleeping, and broke the record by 12 hours. 61 years old.